Somewhere out there, there is a brain for you and me. There is a brain. There is a brain out there. There's a brain. Not Pinky and the brain. There's a brain out there. Yo, yo, what's up, Gala? 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 Galacticness? I'm doing okay. I think everybody else has a problem. Yeah. I feel like sometimes that I'm the only one in the world that has a brain. I know I'm not, but sometimes I think that. I was talking about this earlier in my life. I don't know what it is lately, but it's like people just don't get it, you know? I don't know. The retrograde is just an excuse right now for like dumb people, but I think it's more to it. I just don't understand how people like think. But otherwise, that I'm doing good. I just had some dinner about an hour ago. Yeah, I think you're right. I've had a pretty decent day. Hung out with my mom next door. We guys cleaned up my sister's house a bit next door for her. We had lunch together, me and my mom. I picked her up and took her back home. Went for a swim for about an hour. Washed my dishes and dealt with crazy people all day, all week, all month. A lot of cray, a lot of craziness in the world. Hulk Hogan died yesterday or today. Matt, I think it was Matt was in here. You're welcome, Lucky. Thank you. It looks like remember I think Matt was in here yesterday and he said um the guy Malcolm passed away, Ozzy Osbourne passed away, and now Hulk Hogan passed away. Three people in a row, three celebrities in a row in the same week. And he says somebody else is gonna end up dying. And look, it happened. Hulk Hogan. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it's life, people are gonna die every day. So when people say, "Oh yeah, another person's gonna die," man, people die every damn day. It's just life. He's had Hulk Hogan had a great innings. He's had a great life, screwing people over, making millions and millions of dollars. He was never my favorite. Lucky, don't say that, please. I don't like when people say shit like that. I gotta delete that comment because I don't like people saying shit like that. Please don't say that. There's a lot of people out here in the world who have a way worse life. So please don't say that. That's one thing I don't like people saying. I never liked Hulk Hogan. I was an Ultimate Warrior fan. I didn't really care for Hulk Hogan too much. And Ultimate Warrior beat his ass. So I was happy when that happened. Hey Dan, how you doing, brother? I I wasn't really a fan of Ozzy Osbourne either. That's not my type of music either. But I knew he was a lot. He was both of those guys were very popular. That's for sure. Two popular icons and big names. Uh, the Malcolm guy, he wasn't that much of a celebrity. He was, people know him, but he wasn't like no main character or something like that. Well, he probably, I mean, he was to some people, but not to me. But yeah. But yeah, Ozzy was a big name. Hulk. A lot of people are probably sad right now, but I just look at it as, and now that they're in spirit, they'll help whoever they need to help. I'm sure their families are devastated. I know a lot of people will be devastated with both of those guys, being so popular. And shout out to the guy Malcolm that used to be on um, with Bill Cosby and all that. I think that's what it was. Can't remember. I knew his name was Malcolm something. Can't remember. But shout out to his family. I'm sure his family's probably upset, but otherwise that they're all in spirit now. Hulk Hogan probably went to hell maybe. 'Cause I heard a lot of bad things about him. He always acted like he was a godly person, but I heard a lot of bad shit about him. So I don't know. He might have gone to hell. If he did, it's not my problem. Maybe he got forgiven. Maybe he found God in the end. He did actually make peace with a lot of people that he disrespected. So maybe God forgive them. I don't know. But he wasn't my favorite person. But that's just the way it is. It ain't my problem. But I know those guys would be dearly missed. Oh, I'm stuffed. I didn't even have any dessert or anything. I just had like a Kit Kat chocolate bar thingy. I couldn't fit anything else. One of the pork chops was kind of like had like a piece of meat on it that was kind of tough, but the rest of the pork chop was okay. And then the other one was good too. And then the zucchini was really good. The mushrooms, something different. I like making different things, different sides. I'm sick and tired of rice and French fries. Yesterday I had squash and baked potato. Today I had zucchini and mushrooms. So, and then lunch I had tuna pasta with my mom. My mom came over here and cleaned up my sister's house a bit. I told her she shouldn't do that, but can't tell her nothing. Her stubborn Capricorn ass. But yeah, she was happy though because she got to spend quality time with her favorite son. My dog's over here snoring. I gave her a couple pieces of pork chop too. Now she looks like a pork chop. She's over here dreaming and twitching. Damn dog. Yeah. Well, I'm usually the one talking, so everybody else can spark up a conversation. Sometimes, it's nonstop action in here. Right now, it's just quiet. You know, I think we were all reflecting on the deaths of people. I already told you guys what I did today. How's you and mama, Dan? Any improvements? Everything good? You took her out for a switcheroo date night. Nice. Oh, at least you guys are going out on the dates and you're good. It's good that you're healthy enough to do that. I'm glad for that. Chicken fried steak and gravy. Sounds good. Sounds good. I gotta figure out what the heck I'm gonna eat tomorrow night. Oh man, that sounds good. I haven't had onion rings forever. I couldn't tell you last time I had onion rings. I think my nephew got onion rings a while ago, and I had some. They text me about an hour ago, showed me some crazy ass things that they saw. Then they sent me a video of this bird at the swamp. Onion rings are nice. I like onion rings. They're good. I have to be in the mood for them, and I only want a couple. I can't eat like a whole bag full of them. I'd have like a couple of them, maybe four. I gotta dip them in some sweet and sour sauce or something. I don't want to eat them plain. But yesterday I had like a small bowl of ice cream, chocolate fudge brownie ice cream, and it was so good. I can't get over how good it was, but I didn't want to eat it again today. I had to take a break from that shit. But I'll have some maybe tomorrow. And I also got those cocktail sausages, and I got the cheese and the olives. So for lunch tomorrow, I take this toothpick and I put the sausage, the cheese, and the olive on there, and I'll eat that like hors d'oeuvres. I haven't eaten that in like years and years and years. And I just had like I just had that, urge to have them. So I bought everything. I went grocery shopping today. Got everything I need. The only thing they didn't have was the detergent that I want. But I still got some here. I'm good. But I pretty much got everything I need for the weekend. And tomorrow morning when I get up, I'm gonna go get some fish, some fresh fish. See what my mate has. See if he's got any tuna or snapper. Hopefully he's got both. Hey, Mystical, how you doing? How's it going? Are you fantabulously or awesomely? Or are you marvelously? Stupendously. Oh shit. That's good. Me too. Oh, okay, now. Yeah, it's been 82 today, 82 and 83. It poured this morning right up until like 2 o'clock. It's been raining since 2 o'clock this afternoon, and from 2 o'clock till now, we haven't had any rain at all. It's been sunny, kind of breeze. It's nice and cool tonight, actually. I went in the pool and the water was cool too. So the weather's definitely changed a bit, which is good. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy that it's a lot cooler today. But it poured. I got up early today to meet the pool guy outside, and then he cleaned the pool, put some salt in there, and then the fucking rain came and out of nowhere. And I was like, it's like a jinx. Every time you put salt in the pool, it pours. But today I went next door. My mom was cleaning up downstairs, and I uh I took all the filters out of the AC units upstairs, my sister's room, my nephew's rooms. I went on the ladder and went up to the AC units and cleaned them, cleaned the filters in all of them. So the filters are nice and clean. Because since they've been away, I can like the ACs are off. So when I pop them back on Saturday morning before they come in Saturday afternoon, the AC will be night. AC will be breathing some cool air, some nice clean air with new filter with clean filters. So that's good. So I got that done today too, which was and I changed the light bulb in my sister's closet that was out. It was good. Took my sister's car for a drive to get my mom and back. So it all worked out. Everything is good. It's been a good day so far. Just always dealing with crazy people, as usual. Otherwise, that is all good. All good. So glad I cut the grass yesterday at my mom's and here because it poured today, so that's good. My neighbor was cutting grass at 9 o'clock. It's 9:40 now, and he was cutting his grass from 8 to 9. And I'm like, this guy's crazy. He hates the heat. He's out there. I think he's like maybe 63 or 62, something like that. He was out there mowing his lawn. I was like, this guy. He even had the lights on the corners of the house while he was cutting the grass. I was like, this guy, he's nuts. But hey, if he wants to do that, he's still gonna sweat because of the humidity. The humidity was like 90% today, but it was like 82 degrees. So you're still gonna sweat your ass off with the humidity. Diamond's over here, laying down on the tile again. Weather's supposed to be good tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, so that's good. Looks like we're not gonna get much more rain in anymore, which is good. Shit. I don't want that to fall, but whatever. Move this shit around. Too much shit on here. Oh god damn. He went and preached it into existence. She'll be in here. I guarantee it. There's never a day that goes by she's not. It's crazy. But she's cool though. She's a good little pain in the ass. Yep. All right. Just so I stay awake and I stay focused, I'm going to offer a oracle card for those who want one. It's called the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. Okay, cool, now. So if you guys want a message, I'll gladly give you one. I gotta keep myself occupied. No, you ain't getting one. Hell no. No, no. No, no. See, look, you see Tanya, right? She's been in the background doing her household chores. She's got the volume up, and as soon as I said I'm gonna give a message, she's like, "Thank you for keeping me company while I do my chores. I would like one if there's time." As soon as they hear a damn message, that's it. See, see what I gotta put up with? But Marky, you know I love you. Yeah, yeah, I know. All right. Yeah. See? All right, Lucky, this is your card. New beginnings. And this card says, your life is expanding in profound and wondrous ways. New experiences and ideas are emerging. Vitality and wide open opportunities are at hand. Seize the day. This is a perfect time to begin a new project, give birth to a new emerging idea. Timing is everything, and the time is now. Anything and everything is possible. Good fortune awaits you. The rising sun is the ultimate symbol of the young principle, or hold on, S- the ultimate symbol. Oh, the ultimate symbol of the yin, of the yang. Sorry, yang principle, expanding power and activity. You are radiant and illuminous, and there is a glow within you that can only be felt by all. Hey Sophie, did you find the your doggy? Ask him. You're still looking? Shit, that sucks. Did you call the place? Yeah. Did they say anything? Like, did they find him or anything? Find her? Nobody answered you. The fuck is wrong with these people? I'm telling you, the retrograde people are like psyching the fuck up. Mystical, do you want a card? Yeah, that'll be the best thing to do, Sophie. So that way, if somebody has the dog, at least they can see like you lost him, and obviously they probably can get him back to you. That'll be the best thing to do. All right, Mystical. Okay. Oh, look at that! I opened it right to the page. That's crazy. Okay, so Mystical, your card is thriving. If you draw this card, you are a survivor. And not only do you survive, but you oh my god. You use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than be overcome by them. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong, and others may find shelter in your energy, and right now, that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into a primal, and powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and contribute to your overall well-being. Yeah, I like the sound of that too. It's pretty good. So you got thriving. I like that card. Sounds good. Gala, do you want a card? You're welcome, Mr. Cool. No problem. All right. Okay. All right. Oh shit. Gala, you have happiness. And this card says, click your heels and shout for joy. The signs are with you, and let your light shine. Uh, Abounding good luck awaits you. A gateway is open for even more joy and happiness. Your life is expanding, opportunities are emerging. This is the time to go forward with glee. Love deeply and fully. Embrace life with open arms. Goodness is flowing through you and to you. The only thing to be aware of is monitor monitor your expansion in a metered way. Too much, too fast can be too overwhelming. So this is saying, in order to stay happy, you gotta like pace yourself. Don't do too much, you know. Or because you're happy and shit doesn't mean like you're gonna be doing cartwheels and shit every day and all that stuff. But in order to stay happy, just like that last sentence says, too much and too fast can be overwhelming. So don't do too much. But that sounds good. I like that card. It's got the dolphins coming out of the water. You're welcome. All right. Tanya, you're next. Miss Bikini. All right, Tanya. All right, let's see what this is. All right. All right. I knew there's a new moon today or something, but look at that moon. Don't moon anybody, Tanya. But you got relaxation. Relaxation. And this says, when you receive this card, relax, all is well. No need to strive or push to get ahead. Beneath the surface of life, everything is gently propelling you in the right direction. You can lay down your burdens and simply unwind. Slow down and allow calmness to fill you. When you relax and relinquish control, your intuition expands and you can create the space for your spirit guardians to help you. Additionally, it's vastly easier to heal and have positive outcomes in life when you are rested and not filled with worry and a need to control outcomes. Lie back, stretch out, and watch magic unfold in your life. There you go. That is your card. Relaxation. Sophie, you want a card? All right, Sophie. Okay. That's good, Tanya. All right. You're welcome. No problem. All right, Sophie, your card is patience. And this says, in dense fog, it's best to be quiet and still. For now, don't go forward. Wait. It's hard to see what lies ahead, and things may not be as they seem. But things that seem one way may, in fact, be completely different. Be patient, the truth will emerge. In this state of obscure invisibility, your imagination and intuition can be sparked. If you can wait long enough, your dreams and inner yearnings can come to fruition. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to those seemingly random thoughts. So this card is pretty much telling you have patience, you'll get your dog back. So that's what I think that means. So have patience, your dog will come back. Amen. All right. You're welcome, Sophie. All right. Is there anybody else who wants a message? Let me know. I'll give you one. Lucky, to answer your question, he feels like it's a bitter experience. He disappointed you and he kind of feels stuck right now on what he wants to do, but he realizes he made a mistake and he doesn't want you to feel like he took advantage of you. But he does recognize the damage he's done. So that's how he feels. You want me to tell you something? I don't want you to get mad at me though, but I'm going to tell you. All right. What you got to ask yourself is, and I know you probably don't want to hear this, but I say this to a lot of people. Ask yourself, right? Are you in a love relationship with this person? What's the answer to that question? I don't want to hear nothing else but yes or no. Are you in a love relationship with that person? you are. That's your honest answer. You're in a love relationship with this person. That's not the answer. That's not an answer. That you're telling me you're lying to me. That's not the answer. It's yes on your end, but that's not the truth. You see what I mean? You see what I'm trying to get at? No, no. You gotta ask yourself, right? Are you both 100% in a love relationship? That's my question, but you're beating around the bush. Exactly. Now you tell me the truth. Why is that so? Because you know what I'm gonna get at. And a lot of people like you and everybody else don't want to hear the truth. But the truth is, and I'll tell you the truth, if you are not in a committed, serious love relationship, right? Then you and that person could do whatever they want, whenever they want, and talk to whoever they want, and fuck whoever they want, and talk to whoever they want. Because you are not in a concrete love relationship where you call each other boyfriend and girlfriend, where you're on social media in a relationship with this person. That's what you got to ask yourself. Understand? So if this person is not your true boyfriend, then that person can do whatever they want. And I know that sounds kind of, you know, out there for you maybe, but it isn't. That's what you got to realize. And I tell a lot of people, oh, because you date somebody, you have a fling with somebody, they don't belong to you. They're not your real boyfriend. Those words haven't come out of that person's mouth and it hasn't come out of yours and you ain't you guys if you were in a relationship, then things would be different, but you're not. So you can't hold these feelings and grudges towards a person that's not committed to you. Or because this person does something, it doesn't mean that they're doing something bad to you. Because they can just be cool with you and still do whatever they want because they're not in a committed relationship with you. That's my point. And that's what I tell a lot of people. Or because you're cool with somebody, don't mean you earn them. And just like you said, yes, on your end you feel that way. But that doesn't mean nothing. You might be loyal on your end. You might be just be cool on your end. But it has to be 100% both ways. And if you're not in a serious committed relationship, then that person and you can do whatever they want. And that's my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of people would think the same way. I could date somebody for 3 months and then I find out that person's talking to another woman or another man or whatever, and doing whatever they're doing. I can't be mad at them. So what? You're not my girlfriend. You can do whatever you want. Until the day you become my girlfriend, then things will be different. So if you're dealing with another person, so if you're my girlfriend and we're committed, you know, that's the difference. There is nothing unless there's a commitment. When you start telling each other you love each other, then that's the difference. If you ain't saying that shit and you ain't living that life, then that person could do whatever they want. And if you get mad, that's on you. And if you personally feel that this is a red flag to you, then you need to wave it in the air like you just don't care and leave it on that pole and say, I'm done. Saying and doing and showing is all different things. I tell everybody I love them on here, but it's a different type of love. It's a friendship love. It's a respectful love that I have for people on here, right? Somebody could say you love them, right? But if you don't show it and act on it, then that isn't really love. Love is expressed and shown. It's not just said. I can go around and tell every hoe I love them, but that don't make a difference. And if you're having issues now, you'll have issues again. So it's up to it. This is spirit, in my opinion, this is spirit showing you, right, that you are overreacting, or spirit showing you this is who you're going to be dealing with if you keep. You got this to look forward to, right? So it's your decision to make, really. It's your decision to make. And this is just my opinion on how I feel about these type of situations. And I'm trying to help you understand things because that's how I feel personally. You could tell somebody you love them, you could tell somebody, yeah, we're together, and then you're doing dumb shit behind my back, and then it comes to light. What does that say? That says that I can't trust you. That says that that's not real love. That says that I have to watch you now. And if I have to do that, then what's the sense of being with you? I can't do that. Hell no. I want to leave no doubt. I want to leave no doubt in anybody's mind if I'm with them. I'm going to show them 100% that you can trust me and you won't have nothing to worry about. Now, whether you do that for me, that's another story. But I know it's possible. But you got to show me. And you got to make me believe that you do and want to be that way. But if you don't, there is nothing. And like I said, I can sit there and tell you in your bedroom and kiss you and tell you I love you and stuff, and then I'm going home. But if we don't have pictures together and we're all up on, and we're showing, if it's a private like relationship where you're not really showing anybody who you're with or telling everybody you got a boyfriend or you got a girlfriend or whatever, you're together with somebody, then that means it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? There's real love and bullshit love. So you have to determine what you have. That's up to you. The ball's in your court. Now that you've gotten this situation, now you have to make the decision on whether or not you want to put up with it, deal with it, or like we said last night, are you going to forgive? Are you going to forget? Or are you going to get rid of that person? Are you going to forgive yourself for dealing with that person? There's a lot of questions you got to ask yourself. And another thing, you should never feel like, you know, like your whole life has come to an end because of a person's feelings or ways. You can still be a better person without someone else. You don't need no one to complete you. All you got to do is complete yourself. So if you want to feel all like, oh my God, this person did this to me and my life is ruined, and that's the dumbest thing you can tell yourself and make yourself believe. Because if anything, that person lost you. I always tell everyone, when a woman leaves me or things don't go right, you know what I say? You saved me from dealing with your dumb ass. I'm gone. I'm better off without you. You can't miss nothing you never had. You did me a favor. Goodbye. Now I can be, have my peace. Well, if you feel betrayed, that's a bad word. If you feel betrayed, then what does that say? So you're gonna allow this person to do whatever they want and have the doubt linger in your mind. So that's up to you. I can't tell you what to do or tell you what to do or call him and say, hey, Lucky don't want to be with you no more. Go fuck yourself. That's something that you have to do. But that's up to you totally. And you also have to ask yourself what he's done. Whatever he's done, is it serious? Is it that serious to like not be with him anymore? Only you know those answers, because only you are feeling those situations. So it's up to you. But I thought I'd give you my 5 cents. People have a bad habit of trying to make things work. Never try to make something work. You ain't gonna change nobody. The only thing you can do is change your life, not theirs. So if you're getting this now, it's a sign to not deal with it no more. But that's up to you. Some people just like to be shit on. So not me. Because when you get shit on, you stink. And I don't want to stink. And ain't nobody shitting on me. Hell no. That's why I'm single and that's why I'm happy. And if we're all single in here and happy, cheers. I'll drink some water to that and cleanse me. That's why I'm at peace every day. I ain't got no woman aggravating me. I don't have to play FBI. Fuck that. One thing about me personally, I know I will never do anything that will fuck up my relationship or friendship with somebody. I know I won't do that. But if I don't want you, I'm gonna get rid of you. And if I want you, I'm not gonna like beg you to be with me. It's gonna be a open conversation. It's gonna be an openness about how we feel, and then we'll see how it goes. But once you do anything that makes me feel like I can't trust you no more, then I'm out. I can still love you right now. I can be with somebody for 2 years, love them, have sex with them, have a great time with them, and then they just do some dumbass shit that makes me feel like, what the hell did just happen just now? Like, are you kidding me? You know? And I would just leave and not even feel any way. My love will go out the door with them. And some people be like, no, Mark, no, you still love that. I don't love no fucking, but hell no. I can love you today and get rid of that love with you tomorrow. It ain't no big deal. My heart has a few buttons on it. It says love, fuck you and go away. So in order to have the love button, you know, it's very hard to stay on the love button. But the fuck you and go away button is always there. I can love you today and hate you tomorrow. It's not a problem. I'm cool like that. I'm good. I'm not gonna sit home and be like, she laughed at me. This is fucking bullshit. I'm never gonna see that coochie again. I see when you say that, that's not love. That's lust. But if you say, I'm gonna miss her, she was cool. I'm gonna miss her cooking. I'm gonna miss those tacos, and I'm gonna miss like us laughing and talking shit. But I'm not gonna miss her no more because she disrespected me or she cheated on me or she lied to my face. I can't handle that. But I'm not gonna sit in a corner and cry. Fuck no. I'm a grown man. I ain't got no time for that shit. Fuck that. Those days are over. Probably when I was in my 20s, yes. Because when I did get some broken hearts, I felt it. But now, my heart can't get broken no more. Not by some woman, hell no. I probably would never really seriously, genuinely love a woman 100% unless she shows me that I can love her and trust her 100%. And if I do, I'll be happy. But for that to happen, it'll be a miracle. So, and I know that can happen one day. And if it does, God bring it to me and thank you. But in the meantime, I ain't going out there acting like it's real and acting like it can happen and waiting on it and begging for it. Hell no. Fuck that. Yeah, carry your Linus press and run away. So when that guy said hello to Tanya in the shop and said, hey, I like your purse, he was like, thank you, but no fucking thank you. I'll hit you with this damn purse. Leave me the fucking alone. I'm running. And then when she was at the farmer's market, she said she's a cheap date. And then this lady said, yeah, I'm a cheap date too. Hint, hint. She could have got D and Coochie in a week. See that? She got hit on by a man and a woman. See that? There you go. Tanya's got a gun on. See? And she ran from both of them. She was like, no, and no, no, no. No, no. I don't want neither of you. Leave me alone. I'm in my own world. Yeah. See? That's right, Tanya. But guess what? You have Phil, and you have us, and you have your spirit family, and you're good to go. That's all that matters. Relationships are overrated. But I do admire those who have a good relationship and a good love relationship and a good marriage, good family life. I admire all of you, and I hope that your lives stay that way in a good place. There's always going to be ups and downs. Like my mom says, there's always going to be that one incident or that one asshole in your life, whether it's at work or love or family, work, whatever it is. There's always going to be that one person, and we just have to deal with it. Mhm. You deal with it, dispose it, and go on your business. It's not always going to be great. It's not always going to be perfect. And I'm not looking for the perfect relationship. I am, but not really. Because I know it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be times where the person you love or you're with is going to do something stupid. And when they do, you got to ask yourself, is this is this the last straw? Is this like my sign to get away from this person? Or is this just a mistake on their part? And I'll monitor this and I'll make sure if it happens again, I'm done. So that's what you have to ask yourself. It's that simple. It was just like me and the last woman that I tried to date out of my comfort zone. And, you know, I would talk to her here and there. And then next thing you know, she didn't tell me something. I took offense to it. And then I messaged her about something and she didn't give a shit. Never messaged me back. And then I was like, yeah, bitch. All right, no problem. No answer is an answer. So now I'm going to give you the same treatment. So then when she saw me, I would just drive right across her when I saw her. I'd be like, yeah, fuck you. And just because I did that, she changed. She started to try and get my attention again. Because I say, yeah, how about your medicine? And now we're just friends. That's all. Nothing more than that. Nothing will be more than that. Because she got the point. She was like, yeah, this is a smart guy. He ain't chasing me. All because I got this big booty. Or because I look good, Mark. You thought Marky was being like a fucking dog and with a big bun or something like a fucking going after some big ass gourmet meal because you look good. Bitch, I don't care how you look. It's how you act. It's your character, not what you look like. I don't give a shit about that banging ass or that nice pretty face. I don't care about that. I want you to be honest and trustworthy. That's what makes you look attractive. It's your character. But see, she found out the hard way and it's too late. Now when I see her, it's like this. How you doing? Good afternoon. Good morning. How are you? Hey, Mark, how you doing? No problem. I said, I ain't stopping saying hello to you. I ain't gonna have foam coming out of my mouth. Hey, look at me. I'm talking to you. See, I don't do that shit. Hell no. It's gotta be a mutual give and take. And I don't want you to do that shit to me either. Hell no. You gotta act like adults. That's all. Act like adults. Do adult things. Don't be lying, being sneaky, and just be honest, man. Even if it's something that maybe that person don't want to hear, but at least you're honest. Honesty is the best policy. Hey, Starlight, welcome back. Starlight, star bright, would you be my star tonight? But, you know, this is the situation that you have to deal with when you deal with friends, family, and relationships. You got that to look forward to. It's that simple. It's just like a married couple. A married couple that's been together for 50 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever, how long they've been together. They've gone through their ups and downs. But why do you think that they've been together so long? Because there's a mutual give and take. There's a different love there. There's a genuine love. There's like I said, an equal give and take. There's I do for you, you do for me. We're gonna work things out. We're gonna go through our vows, and we're gonna make sure we stick with them. And there might be an argument or two, or there might be a little blowout here and there, and then if it's not that serious, life goes on. As long as the person doesn't keep bringing it up all the time, being an idiot, then you move on. It's never going to be perfect, but it should be close to perfect if you're going to be together that long. Like a guy once said on his live, he said, I want to grow old with somebody that's going to change my diapers if I need be when I get older. And I said, that's a good way to put it because if you're with somebody and you're like 80 something years old and You gotta wear a diaper, some Depends, and you can't change it, and your wife has to change it, or your husband has to change it. Are they gonna actually do that for each other? Are they gonna be with you through the thick and the thin, through the old, through the sickness and the health? Like what you say when you see each other when you're getting married. Are you really about that life? Is your marriage commitment really about that? Do you have that partner that you're going to be with for years and years and years and live by those vows? Are you? Or are you going to be a bullshitter? Yeah, I agree. Starlight for sure. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being upfront, but some people can't handle the truth. That's why when a woman starts to date me, I'll use myself as an example. When a woman dates me, after she dates me for a couple months, right? She's probably gonna say, "This guy, I can't get over, like, I can't get over him in a lie, cause he's gonna know, cause he'll call me out, or he tells me the truth, and everything he says happens, or everything he says he does. He said that he lived in an apartment. He says he has a business. He says he likes the Boston Celtics and SCP, and he says that he wears glasses. He says that he's wearing a black shirt today. He says that his parents are here. He says he has two sisters and a brother. Whatever he says, it's true. So I believe Mark. I can trust him because everything he's told me so far is the truth. So it's little things like that that can build a long trust if you don't fucking lie. Lying ain't gonna get you nowhere, even if it's something that you don't really, some things are best unsaid, yes. But if somebody asks you questions, you either answer them with the truth and it might hurt that person or it might get that person thinking. But then again, that person might say, at least they told me the truth. At least they didn't lie to me because I know that about them. Yeah, and a good cook. Yeah, that too. I don't want to keep glazing myself. But yeah. But you have to, like me personally, I think that I'll be the perfect husband for somebody. I'll be the perfect man for somebody. I'll be the perfect father for my children. I know I will be almost perfect. And I know that I will be because that's my mentality. But if your mentality isn't that way and you doubt yourself, oh, I don't know if I can do that, Mark. I don't know if I can meet your needs. I don't know if I can be like you. You ain't got to be like me, dummy. All you got to do is do your part. If you do your part and I do my part, then everything's done. Even if I do more than you, it's my choice. But you gotta be honest. Honest. The more honest you are with your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or the person you love, the better life is gonna be. Even if it's the truth that might hurt. Who fucking cares? Just say it. You know? Like if I date you for like 5 months and we're in love and we're everything's cool, and then you sit me down one day and you hold my hands and you say, Mark, I got something to tell you. And I'm gonna be like, oh God. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, sure, what you want to tell me? And she'd be like, when I was 16, I stole from a candy store and I lied to the police and I got locked up, for a day or some dumb shit like that, right? Let's just say that happened. And I was like, oh well, you were young, these things happen, whatever. Then she says, when I was 21, you know, I did this. And she doesn't even have to tell me all these things. Because that's in the past. I just want to know who you are right now. I'm not really worried about what you did in the past to a certain extent, you know? She might even say, hey, look, things were very bad for me. I wasn't in a good place. I was taking drugs and I was in a strip club for like 6 months. But I didn't fuck no guys. I just did it to, make money for college. And if she said that to me, I still probably wouldn't look at her no different. Because I can't look at her and say, like Jesus once said in the Bible when he had everybody around, and the guys wanted to stone these people to death because they had sinned. You know, they would commit adultery, they stole, they did this. So they said, yeah, stone them to death because they sinned. They were bad people. So then Jesus says, well, if anybody here that has not sinned, you can throw the first stone. And nobody did. Right? I use that example many times. So when you're with somebody, you got to understand that they're not perfect. They're never going to be perfect, and neither are you. We all sin. We all lust. We all do dumb shit. If you're over the age of 40, you've done a lot of dumb shit in your life that probably you don't want to talk about. And even if you haven't done a lot of dumb shit, or even if you think you're perfect, you're still not. Your thoughts, your feelings can all sin. You can all none of you are perfect. It ain't possible. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be something that could be pinpointed to make you not perfect. And if you can accept that and accept the person that you love, you accept their sins and you accept their, shit that they went through and now they want to make life with you better, then that's a head start right there. But see, people can't handle when somebody says, "Oh, I've been to jail. I'm a convicted criminal, but I changed my life now," or something like that. People change. People get better. People give their life to God and give their lives to themselves, and they show the person. Love can change everything, right? So these are things that we can analyze and deal with if you want. But well, that's good, Tanya. At least you didn't have to buy too many things. You could wear each other's shit. But these are just examples of things, you know. Yeah, exactly. Start like people know when somebody's lying. And if you have the receipts, then the person can't say nothing. But then you got to say, well, have I lied to this person? And if you say no, then that means you got every right to look at this person as they've done you wrong because they lied to you. So if you have nothing on your conscience, you know, if you have nothing on your conscience towards that person or towards yourself, then you shouldn't have no worries because there is no perfect. And let me tell you something, you never know. You're never ever going to know unless I'll leave the unless part. But you're never going if you're with somebody, right? You're married to somebody and you see them every day. But when you guys leave in the morning and you go to your job and they go to theirs, you can be a paranoid freak and say, I wonder if my wife's really going to work. Like she's telling me she went to work, but I don't know if she's really there because I don't work with her and I'm working right now. So your paranoid mind might say, my wife's kind of been acting weird lately, but let me follow her. Or let me go get a private investigator. Your mind starts to wonder, your mind starts to doubt. You start to think that, what if she's lying to me? So then you go to her, you call her job and you say, hey, can I speak to, you know, Martha? Oh yeah, she's here. Okay, cool. You want me to want to speak to her? Who's calling? And I'll be like, yeah, it's her husband, Mark. So I can call and then when she answers, that's my sigh of relief because my doubt in my mind said, what if she's fucking some guy? What if she's Galavan? What if she's not really working? But when she answers that phone and says, "Oh, hey, babe, I heard that you were called." I say, "Yeah, how you doing? I'm just calling to see what's up. I'm at the store right now, and I got some steaks in my hand. You feel like that tonight for dinner?" And then you're like, you're calling her genuinely to find out if she wants that for dinner, but you're also calling to ease your mind to see if she really is working. See what I'm saying? So that builds your trust right there to say, Mark, you shouldn't be worrying about it. That's the devil fucking with you, right? This is just an example. So once that happens, you're like, okay, cool. But then you can get your mind can wander again and say, well, that was Thursday. So I'm gonna call every day of the fucking week because I'm paranoid because I think my wife's cheating on me. You could be one of those people. So what's the sense of having a wife or a girlfriend or a person you claim you love if you so this is my point to a lot of people. You either trust and know that that person is not doing dumb shit to you and vice versa, or you become a paranoid freak until you try and find something wrong. If you spend your whole time trying to find something wrong, then the devil's going to be like, I'm going to make something wrong. And then after you live that type of way of life, you're never going to be right because you're never going to trust. You're never going to be satisfied. But then you can say to yourself, okay, I got enough money to support me and my wife. I don't have no kids. I don't want her to go to work because guys are going to probably hit on her. There's a chance of her cheating, right? So you think you're smart by saying, okay, babe, I want you to quit your job. You know, I got enough money to take care of us. I want you to stay home. I don't want you to work no more. And she might be like, no way, I want to go to work. And then you're like, okay, well, whatever. But if she says, yeah, I'll stay home. So then say if you're going to work, right? And you're working hard and you ain't heard from your wife and you're like, shit. I wonder if she's got somebody home in her bedroom with her legs up in the air right now. So it doesn't matter what scenario it is. If your mind is constantly thinking negative, then it doesn't matter if she stays home work all day or or she goes to her friend's house or if she's home with the kid, you can say, oh, my kid's probably sleeping right now. It's nap time and she's probably laying on her back with some guy. So if you constantly think negative, right, then you're never going to get nowhere. You're better off being single. You're better off not even being in a relationship because your mind is always going to wonder if, when, how, who. So then don't be in a relationship then. See what I'm saying? Even if you're jealous when they speak to somebody. If you're going to be that way, then don't be with nobody. Stay by yourself. So that way you don't have no heartache, no heart attack, and nothing on your mind. All you got to do is worry about yourself. Eat, sleep, shit, and piss. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to worry about that woman ever again or that guy. Because if you can't have being with somebody and let it all be the way it's going to be, then it don't make sense you being in a relationship. It really don't. But if you are in a relationship and you trust the person so much, and then one day they cheat on you and you find out, and it really happens for real, you know what? You say, oh, well, I tried. I tried my best. I know I have nothing on my conscience. I never cheated on her, but she cheated on me. So that's on her now. So I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not gonna say stupid shit like I'm never gonna be with a woman again. I hate women. They cheaters, they're bitches, they're hoes. I'm not gonna act like that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at her in her face and in her eyes, and I'm gonna say, I hope that you feel good about yourself cheating on me. And I'm gonna tell her, you know what? You were meant to be in my life for the time you were in my life. Now you see that door? Goodbye. Fuck you and good riddance. And I hope that guy knows that you're a cheater. Because if you cheated on me, you're going to cheat on him too. Because once a cheater, always a cheater. Unless you change your life. You have free will to not be a cheater anymore because you learned your lesson. Correct? So you could cheat once and never do it ever again because you know you did the wrong thing and you forgave yourself for doing it. That's a whole nother story, right? But I'm not gonna forgive the person that cheats on me. Hell no. You can rot in hell now. But I'm going to be a lot more cautious when I do find another person. But I'm also not going to be a dumbass and think that it's not going to happen again. Because even if somebody loves you, they still have the free will to do whatever they want. And this is why I explain to a lot of people that even though you're in a love committed relationship or a marriage, there is still free will for you and that person to do whatever you want and get away with it. And the only way that you are going to have peace of mind is when you take that woman, you put her in a fucking cage, right? No cell phone. You just have a TV in the background and you feed her through the door. And when you go in there, you lock the fucking cage with her and make sure she can't knock you the fuck out. So that way your mind is at ease because she can't go nowhere. She's in a steel cage. And even when you have sex with her, your D goes through the bar and then she can't come out. That way you know nobody else is touching her. You want to live that life? You want to do that? So that way you're at ease. But then you're gonna go to sleep thinking she's gonna break out of that cage one day. Or she's gonna get a plan to break out of that cage. And when she does, you're gonna get paranoid again. See what I mean? So there is no perfect situation. Once you get that non-perfect situation out of your mind, you'll be able to live with yourself, knowing that you await any difficulties that happen. And when you deal with those difficulties, your expectations are less. And you feel less, you do less, and you care less. Because at any given day, everything can blow the fuck up and just end. Simple. You understand? I'm done now. Once you realize there's no perfect relationship, then you become the best version of yourself. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Exactly, yeah. It can manifest the fear, right? Yeah. I tell people that worry breeds worry. Negativity breeds negativity. So stop being negative. Yeah, exactly. But some people have the remote and they can turn you on and off. They can get rid of you. They can cheat on you. They can put you on mute. People actually think they have a remote control that controls you. And if you allow it, you can be controlled and you will be manipulated and you will be put in that cage just like a damn dog or a bird or a parrot. So that's why a lot of people need to understand that no matter who is in your life, you will never, ever, ever know every last detail about that person's life and what they did and what they didn't do. You just have to take everything the way it comes. If you believe them, you believe them. If you don't, you don't. Who cares? Why let it bother you so much? Who cares? I don't give a fuck. It don't bother me. I don't care what you do in your life. As long as you ain't disrespecting me, we're good to go. You respect me, I respect you. You love me, I love you. You treat me like shit, well then goodbye. I'm not gonna treat you like shit. I'm just gonna get rid of you. You're a Gemini? I love Gemini women. They're fucking hilarious. I've had a few in here over the years and they become my my friends and my laughing and talking shit buddies. They like talking shit and having fun, but they don't want to be disrespected in any way. That's for sure. And they tell the truth. Yeah, but that's okay. It's good. I talk a lot too. And if I don't, then people say, what's wrong? If I stay quiet, people are like, what the fuck's wrong with Mark? You must have a bad day. Nah, I'm talking right now, spitting facts and telling people what my opinions are and telling people like what I feel, how people are, what they think, how they worry, what my experience is with people and how people say to me what they deal with. So, I'm just generalizing what people do. But this is why a lot of people who are possessive and controlling are never going to be the right person for you if you're not. And battling control is even worse. At the end of the day, none of us are perfect. And if you did something bad, guess what? So did I. I've done a lot of bad shit in my life too. So fucking what? It doesn't make me a bad person. It just means that I have to work on myself and make sure I don't do the bad shit again. Simple. It's never too late to be a better version of yourself. You can't take back the dumb shit you did, but just make sure you just don't repeat it because you know it's not right. That's all. It's all good. You know, you're not perfect, and it's okay. None of us are. But you have to keep realizing that. If you can drill that into your brain, you'll be good. Trust me. That's how it works. Starlight, do you want a Oracle message? I don't know if I've given you one yet. I think before you came in, I was given Oracle messages, but I can't remember if I given you one. But I gave everybody else one. If anybody wants an Oracle message, I'll give you one. But if I haven't given you one, you're not getting a second one. But my final advice to everyone is when you're with somebody, friend, family member, or lover, remember one thing. Remember your worth. Remember your value. Remember who you are and remember who they are. So if you don't have nothing on your conscience that you've done wrong to that person and you know that's true, and that person, you know that person's done something wrong to you, then you have two choices. You keep them in your life and you deal with the bullshit, or you get them out of your life so you can be relieved of that bullshit. So that's the only choices you have. It's simple. All right, this is the deck that I have, Starlight. It's called the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And I'll give you one of these cards. Yeah, it is. Okay. Every single card that I pulled today has been different, which is good. Sometimes I get the same cards for people, but they've all been different today, which I like. I like that. I know some people need to hear the same messages. You can claim it if you want, but I like when everybody gets a different card. All right, so Starlight, you got security. And this card says, you are safe and protected. No matter what is occurring in your life, you are in safe hands. Those in the realm of spirit are watching over you. You can relax and let go. Once you've taken measures to protect yourself and those you love, such as making sure everyone has their seatbelt in the car, um, making sure your insurance is paid on time, or replacing the filter on your heating unit. Let let go. If you have been hyper vigilant lately, take a break, relax, and know that all is well. You can turn it all over to the Creator. Sounds like let go and let God, and you'll feel more secure for sure. No, I'm not a rapper. There you go. Security. Security for surety. I pulled a card for myself. Sounds like you got the right message. Sounds like you have security in your life. That's good, Starlight. I'm glad. And I wish it continues that way for you. All right, my card is Wisdom. It's a pretty card. I like that. All right, my card is Wisdom, and it says, things are not as they seem. Look beneath the surface in your life. For example, you might feel that you aren't making progress on a particular project. Yet beneath the surface, things are happening. Or you might be going through a stormy cycle. This card is letting you know that even though the surface of your life might be a bit rocky and wobbly, in a deeper place, all is well and serenity and peace are emerging. Things that may seem challenging will later be revealed to have been beneficial. That's true. This has been a week where I get up and I say I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and then it gets all fucked up. So this week especially, I've been wanting to get all these things done. I mean, I still get things done, but like the project that I wanted to do this week, I'd never even started it because it never even was possible to do it. So yeah, I just gotta have wisdom and say, hey, look, Mark, fuck it, you know? It's challenging, bro, but it's the retrograde. Don't worry about it. You'll do it whenever. So that sounds about right. You're welcome, Tanya. Anytime. I had time. I even had time to give myself a card, see? I just gotta have more wisdom. Yeah, I mean, I try to give out the wisdom because I don't want nobody to get hurt and I want people to understand that it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay for things not to go right, you know? I don't want people to like I don't want you guys to feel like you can't do shit or you don't want to be on this earth anymore or your life is shit, you know, or you have problems or why me and I don't want people to feel that way. I don't want people to be mad. I don't want people to be jealous or envious or negative. I want everybody to be happy. I want good things to happen to those who deserve it. And I just want people to be positive. That's all at the end of the day. I want people to come in here every day and say, life is good. I'm good. Can't complain. And if something does happen, we're all here to say, hey, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You know? That's all I really want is for everybody to say, hey, look, it was shitty or whatever, something happened to me, but hey, now I'm good. That's it. Because life ain't going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So that's all that matters. I'll keep my wisdom going then. You know? My dog snoring in the background if you hear. There she is. The snoring queen. Slay. The snoring slay queen. She's been a good girl, though. When my mom came over today, my mom goes, "Who's my pretty girl?" And she would like wag her tail and she'd be like, "Oh, look, it's Granny." My mom says, "Oh my God, she's such a big dog." And my mom goes, "Who's my girl?" And she's all like, "Yay, somebody loves me." Once you draw, do you set it aside before you draw another for another person? No, no. I put everything back in the deck. I never ever do that. Even if I pull three cards for somebody in a reading, I'll put the three cards back in and then shuffle again, if that's what you mean. But I always put this. I always put the cards back in. Even when they fall out when I'm shuffling, I'll put them back in. I don't take pop outs or anything like that either. I don't believe in doing that. I don't believe in like leaving the cards on the table and then shuffling again because if the same cards come out, then that means there is no other answer but that one. And see, another reason I do that is because uh, when I played with playing cards with my friends years ago, we used to play euchre. And when you play euchre, the other team, the other people can't see your cards, right? So if a card would pop out, you have to put it back in the deck and shuffle it because you can't give it to the person because you already know what they have, so it's not going to benefit. I know it's two different things, but I just have that habit of not doing it that way. And even when I do oracle messages, I don't like leave it out because that person might need that same card, you know. So that's something that I do. So yeah, good question. I just reminded you to put the crystals out in the new moon. Yeah, you can do that. Recharge them. But some people aggressively shuffle to get pop outs because that's the way that they want to do it. When people shuffle aggressively and they want a pop out to come out, they say that spirit, popped the card out. And you know what? If that works for them, then that's what the answer is. Because people who use pop outs, they're accurate too. But I feel like some people abuse the shit out of their decks when they shuffle. They're like waiting for like that. You look like an amateur, you know. That's just my opinion. But when I talk like that, people get offended. He's talking about me. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about the ones that do crazy shit. Pop outs are for people who are accustomed to that. But a lot of people aggressively, want the pop out to come, so they shuffle like they're crazy, and then the whole deck goes on the floor. Like that's not right. To me, that's just dumb. But that's my opinion, and don't take it personally. Yeah. If you love pop outs mystical, that works for you. So a person who takes pop outs and they're accurate, that's because spirit wants them to do it that way. But me, I don't if I take out pop-ups, it's not gonna be right because I don't work like that. I work differently. And a lot of people don't even read reversals. I've seen readers like take the reverse card and put it upright. And then they'll be like, oh, well, that's just the way I read. And if it's accurate, I'm not going to argue with you because that's what you do. That's your way of reading. And if we were all the same, it would be boring. So the only thing I have against shuffling and readers is aggressively abusing your cards to get a pop out. Like, really? Like, you don't have to do that shit. Like, you don't have to be like, and be like, psh, like that. You look stupid doing that. Now, if you can just shuffle the cards like a normal person, and then a card pops out, and you're not like aggressively doing it, then that's okay. That to me is like a little more common sense, a little more like okay. But if you're like aggressively doing it like you're crazy, and you're gonna sprain a finger, then you look kind of dumb doing it. But then again, you may look dumb doing it, but you might be accurate. So it's just my thoughts on that. That's all. And that's okay for me to think like that. It's my opinion. But if the person does that and they're accurate, then I can't even knock them like that. I'll be like, well, I don't agree with you shuffling the cards like a maniac, but guess what? The cards that popped out read my situation and you were accurate. So hey, you're a crazy aggressive reader, but you're right. So if they're right, I can't complain. I will complain, but I'll be like, okay, well, they're not as crazy as I thought. We all have preferences as way and ways, so it's cool. And all because you don't read reversals doesn't mean that you're not a good reader. It just means that that's what the spirit's going to give you what they want. Give you the right answers in any way. The only reason I do reversals is because I was taught from the very beginning to do reversals. You know, the person I learned tarot from, they had a Rider Waite uh, tarot deck, and when the card came out upright or reversed, they would read it. And I said, "Wow, the card's upside down, and they're still reading it." And the person would say to them, "Oh my God, that's accurate. You're the best, and this and that." And I'm like, "Fuck, I better read reversals too." Because that's how I'm being looked, taught. So I'm like, "Okay, cool." You know, that's it. I'm leaving it. So it's all good. Like I don't knock anybody really about what their style is. At the end of the day, if it works, it works. You know? It's just like everybody in here knows how to cook. If it tastes good, that means you did a good job, right? If it don't taste good, you fucked up. Yeah, I started reading playing cards too. And when I kind of knew I had a gift because when I used to play cards with my friends, I used to win a lot. I had a good winning average. So anything to do with cards, I'll win. So I felt like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign for me to read tarot. But I didn't read tarot first. I read playing cards. I actually did it on here live one day. In my very first lives, I took a playing card deck and I read for people. And I showed them that that's what I did. I had stuff written, the meanings written on the card and everything. You're welcome, Tanya. I don't mind answering questions. It's cool. Yeah, exactly. We're all taught differently. And some people learn naturally. Like Mystic said, she taught herself. Marley said the same thing that she she just learned from other people reading. And I did too, obviously, but I actually learned from somebody watching them they didn't teach me, but I learned from them. Like I learned the meanings from them. I learned what the cards meant reversed. And then I went ahead and got a deck with the words, with the meanings on it, and it taught me better. So then after I studied the meanings so much, I started looking at the pictures. So then the pictures, see, one tarot card has tons of meanings. And that's what a lot of people don't get is that you can have, right? the temperance card I have here. So the temperance card is a woman that pours one, she tries to balance, pours a little bit in this cup and a little bit of that cup. In this deck, she looks like she has angel wings, right? Well, she has angel wings, right? So temperance means, patience and things like that. Reverse, it means that, you're being impatient, you can't work with people, this and that, whatever the meanings may be, right? But the picture, you can also look at the picture. And this card also means Sagittarius for some people. The temperance card means Sagittarius. And it could mean a woman. And it could mean like, and this woman has brown hair. So if I look at this picture and say, do you have brown hair? And you said, oh my God, yes, I do have brown hair. And I said, well, I got you right here, the temperance card, and this woman's got brown hair. So, I can look like a absolute legend because I just said, you got brown hair and here you are. But what if you said, no, I got blonde hair? It still doesn't change the meaning of the card. It's just something that I thought that would that I was hearing, or something that I thought I can mention. See what I'm saying? So one card means a lot of things, and then you have to pertain it to work, love, career, family, yourself, you in a relationship, you whatever the case may be, feelings. So each tarot card means tons of things in tons of ways. So if you read uprights only, you got 78 meanings, plus the picture, plus each section and each subject. But if you read reversals, you got 156 plus the pictures, plus all the subjects in general that it pertains to. You got me? So the more information you can have, the better you can answer the question in. And that's you know, my opinion on reading reversals and upright and in different situations. And also, if you go by the picture, that can mean a lot too. But if spirit's saying, hey, tell them, do they have brown hair? And then if I say that and it's accurate, so you're going to have more confidence in the reading because spirit's connecting more. Just little things like that, you know? It can mean a lot. Or you can say, hey, are you a Sagittarius? Oh shit, yes I am. How did you know? Oh, well, the temperance card means Sagittarius. You got me? There's so many things. You can pertain it to a sign, zodiac sign. You can pertain it to the person's looks, the age bracket. There's so many ways to read tarot. You can be a legendary reader if you can memorize what everything means and also pertaining it to the answer of the question. So the more you can explain, the better you're gonna be. But some people don't have that patience, and some people don't really give a fuck about you like that. They're just gonna give you bullshit answers. Oh, temperance card, it means patience and finding balance. Oh, it means Sagittarius. And yeah, it's upright. Okay, next card is the Fool card. Take a risk. Oh my God. The card shows a guy almost falling off a cliff. So take a risk and fall off that cliff and fucking kill yourself. No, that's not what it means, dumbass. There's more to the Fool than that. When people say that shit, it pisses me off. Anybody gonna fall off a damn cliff? That's not taking a risk. That's being stupid. That's why the Fool card, it also means it's good and bad in the upright version. Because you can be careless and want to do that. And then again, you're not gonna take if you take a risk, you're fucking your life up. But it also can mean that not taking a risk and finding a better way to live your life. But people say the same shit over and over and over, and it's boring. And if you keep saying shit like that, you're gonna look like a rookie. And people are gonna be like, you say the same shit all the time. But anyway. All right, let me catch up with what you guys said. I don't read tarot anymore, but I like to do oracle cards. I'm wondering if I should put the card right back in, so in case spirit wants to pull it out again for another person. Yeah, I recommend putting the card back. But if you feel you don't want to, so you don't get that card again, then remember, there's a lot of cards in that deck that can relate to that person. So Tanya, it's up to you. If you feel like you don't want to put those things, that card back, then don't. If spirit says, if you're getting that little, feeling, or that word in your head from spirit saying, don't leave the card out. Or if you feel like you want to leave it out, leave it out. If you feel like you got to put it back in, put it back in. It's up to you. You got to be the one that determines that, you know? Because there's so many cards in every deck that a couple of those cards are going to mean something to you. It's not going to be one card out of 50 something cards in an oracle deck, you know? There's other cards in there that will relate to you. So it's up to you really how you want to do it. Starlight, you said, I'm seeing spirit since I was 3 years old. Anxiety was awful till I met my spiritual teacher years ago. Your brother has the same gift. Cool. Kept away from tarot for years. Yeah. Well, tarot has a bad name because people that do it have a bad name, but you can take tarot and make it good. But anything in your hands can be bad. A gun could be good unless you shoot somebody and kill them. But a gun can be good for protection, right? Alcohol is only going to get you drunk if you drink too much of it and abuse it. But if you just want a little bit, then you're fine. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about how you use it or abuse it. You gave your tarot cards to a businesswoman and she's currently using them and loves them. Well, that's good. See, it's good to get gifts from someone who wants it. Who, if you don't want tarot cards, then don't do it. It's up to you. Gali, you said you feel the same way about the Fool card. Yeah, honest to God, I can't stand that. That's one of the worst meanings for that card. Every single tarot reader, not every tarot reader, but the ones that I hear on YouTube or on TikTok, they say the same thing. Oh my God, I got the Fool card. New beginnings and take a risk. Yay. No, it doesn't mean just that. Every tarot card has multiple meanings. Stop being lazy and pertain it to the situation. But you know what? Everybody has their own way. And I'm not knocking anybody or disrespecting anybody when I say some of these things, but I want everybody to know that's how I feel, and you can feel totally different, and I'm okay with it. I don't want nobody to take anything I say personally. You know, you do whatever you want, whatever works for you. I'm happy. It's that simple. I got a reading from Mystical about maybe a week and a half ago, probably, or 2 weeks ago, and she does pop outs, and she read me perfectly fine, accurately, no problem. And I know that she takes pop outs. I could have said, fuck that, I'm not getting a reading from her because I'm against pop outs. It's not that I'm against pop outs. It's just me. I don't do it because I don't do that. I don't work like that. But if you do pop outs, you're not doing what I do either. So you could look at me and say, oh, Mark, don't take pop outs. That's fucked up because that card could have meant something to me because I do it. You see what I mean? So you can counteract whatever I say, or you can say like, "Oh, Mark, you should take pop outs because I do." You see what I mean? So anybody can do anything. And if you want to read just oracles, you can read somebody's life through an oracle too. I do it. We all do it. So if you don't want to touch tarot and you want to do oracles, you can read somebody's life through oracles. It's not a problem. You see what I mean? It's whatever you feel like is right for you. It's whatever you feel like what's the right thing. It's whatever, however you do it, man. I'm totally okay with it. I've gotten I've gotten readings from a person that did coffee cup readings and they were accurate. I got tea leaf readings that was accurate. I got mediumship readings from people that was accurate. I've gotten tarot cards, regular messages, all that type of shit. It doesn't matter what you do. As long as you're right, that's all that matters. And as long as you're doing it the right way, Spirit's gonna connect with you with however you want to do it. But there's some people that like are really abusing the cards, and I don't really care for people like that. I won't get a reading from somebody who's abusing the shit out of their cards because it's unnecessary. You look like a crackhead. Hey Marilyn, how you doing? Are you sent an issue? Cool. Let me just check. Oh, you said, why didn't the Aries call me when he said he would? All right, because they're an Aries. That's why. That's your answer. If an Aries tells you something, it's usually not going to happen. Well, that's good. I'm glad you learned from us, and I'm glad I teach people things, and I'm glad people teach me things too. I wouldn't be the person I am right now if I didn't pay attention and learn from other people. I can't say that I learned everything by myself. I didn't. I learned from a lot of people. I've learned from a lot of good readers, and I learned from my friend how to deal with my mediumship because my mediumship was taking over me. So I had to learn from somebody how to deal with it. And I'm not afraid to tell people that I learned from somebody. It's all good. You got to learn from somebody, you know? And if you teach yourself, oh well, that's good. That means you didn't need nobody to do it. We all have different ways. It's okay to be unique. It's okay to be different. I actually got the Aries. I actually got the Aries guy here too. The Emperor reversed. See, this is my point about readings, right? Uh, so you said, Marilyn, you said, why didn't the Aries call me when he said he would? Well, the reason why he didn't call you is because he was working and he had a lot. He was very busy at work, and he also did this because he can be immature at times, and he's also feeling kind of weak and not really. He can't control his emotions, but one of the main reasons is because he worked and he just used this, he's going to use that as his excuse. So that's why he didn't really call you, and that's why he didn't say anything to you because he was very active and busy at work. And that could have like took him off the track to contact you. If you're somebody that's like an old friend to him, then he's probably happy that you came back in his life, but he's got like work obligations. And if you know him for a little bit of time, he's probably still dealing with somebody from his past. And that could be another reason why he didn't contact you or call you back. But I feel like the main reason he didn't call you when he said he would is because he was busy working. That's the main reason I got here. So hopefully that made sense. But he shows up in the cards, the Emperor reversed. The Emperor is an Aries guy. And when they're reversed, they just like they have like they're emotional, they can be immature, and they can be very ineffective at times. They can just be like out there. But it looks like the reason why is because he was working hard. I got the Three of Pentacles there. And it looks like he's like, he just had too much on his mind, too much work to do. Yeah. I mean, you could forgive him if you want. That's cool. If he calls you back and says, "Hey, sorry, I didn't call you because I was working hard, or I just, was caught up in work," then he's telling the truth. But usually Aries guys, they're like that. They're like, "Yeah, I know, but work comes first." You're welcome, Marilyn. No problem, and thank you too. Yeah, I have a lot of decks too. Yeah, exactly. Mystical. Yeah. Well, during COVID, I actually had a tarot class on Zoom, and I used this deck right here to teach people. I told everybody go get this deck. It's called the starter deck, and you see it says three of coins, which is three of pentacles, and it's got the upright meaning. And if you turn it upside down, right, it gives you the reverse meaning. So I told people if you want to learn tarot, this is a good deck to learn from because it teaches you like what it means, what the card means upright and reversed. And if you're not sure of what it means, at least you can take like something from the picture or you can use some of the words to explain or answer the question. So it makes it easier for you. And then once you feel like you can move on to a deck that doesn't have the words on it, then you can go ahead and, read any deck. And one thing I love about different tarot decks is they have different characters on there. They have like different nationalities on there. So you can pinpoint a character even more. And there's even decks that are all males and all females. So that can benefit you in same sex readings, right? For instance. Or if you're a man and you want to know about a woman, it's going to benefit you too because every card is going to show up as a woman. So it will leave nothing to get confused about, or and vice versa, right? But you can do that with a regular tarot deck. But some people want to be more specific, or they have a preference, things like that. And there's a deck that I love, and it's called the wheel of the tarot. Is it called the wheel of the tarot? I think it's called, and it's another one called 78 doors of tarot. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. But those two decks I love. They're really good tarot decks with really good pictures, and they have updated tarot pictures on it. Like for instance, there's a picture of a guy getting a tattoo at a tattoo parlor. So if you get that tattoo card, which I think is eight of pentacles, so it's a guy working at a tattoo parlor. So just imagine, right? If you're reading somebody that's a tattoo artist, right? Or a person that has a shitload of tattoos, because that's like the end thing, right? To have tattoos all over you. I don't have any. I don't care about tattoos, but for those who have them, and imagine if that card pops up when you use that deck, and you're like, "Oh, does this person have a lot of tattoos? See this guy?" You'd be like, "Oh my god, yes, I'm a tattoo artist. That's me, and that's what I do for a living." Imagine if that came out, how much you would appreciate spirit making you look like a legend. You see what I mean? So like that's like the craziest shit that can happen to you with the newer version. And another card, I think it's the Eight of Wands. It's like it shows like a guy at a computer with a laptop and like a cell phone. So you're like, oh yeah, I work remotely. I work with a laptop, or I'm always on my phone. Like that's why I started using those cards not too long ago. Hey Joanna, how you been? Yes, long time no see. I was worried about you. I said, shit, you ain't been here for so long. I'm good. I'm glad you're here. Oh, vacation. Oh, I don't blame you. I hope you had a great vacation. Uh, Marilyn, I got your donation. I'll answer your questions. I'll answer your question for you. Yeah, I hope you had a good vacation. You deserve it. We all deserve a nice vacation, right? You went on vacation. You didn't come to Bermuda. I thought you was gonna come to Bermuda for your vacation. Shit. See, I know you're probably scared to get lost in the Bermuda Triangle. It's okay. That's all right. Wherever you went, I hope you had a great time, and it's good to have you back. I did message you back on Instagram too, about a month ago, I think it was. I want to make sure you know that I did message you back. I didn't neglect you. All right. Marilyn, you said, what does my old Scorpio male friend think about me? All right, let's check. Hmm. I feel like this Scorpio guy, it looks like he wants to message you or talk to you, Marilyn. It looks like he wouldn't mind talking to you again because he really enjoyed talking to you at one point. But he thinks that if he were to contact you, that you would be like kind of disappointed that he hasn't like kept contact with you or why he hasn't contacted you. So he might the reason why he probably doesn't communicate with you or like I feel like he might think about you because it says that he would like to message you or talk to you. So that's like thinking of you. But he also thinks that you'd be disappointed if he comes out of the blue and just talks to you. He also might be upset about how things were between you guys. So he might have still have like a grudge against what happened or like a feeling about what happened that you might not want to speak to him or if he were to message you, if you would answer, if he won't answer. So I wouldn't say he misses you, but he does think about you. He definitely thinks about you because it's saying that he would like to talk to you because he enjoyed talking to you. Or he would like to message you, but he thinks that you're not going to message back, and you're probably disappointed that he hasn't messaged you or contacted you. So think about you, message you, yes. Disappointed. He thinks you're disappointed, but miss you. I don't get the miss you part, but I do get he is thinking about communicating with you, but worried that if you're gonna communicate back. So out of the blue, if he says, "Hey, Marilyn, how you doing?" and you be like, "Look at this mofo, think is gonna talk to me now after all this time. I ain't answering this shit." That's what he thinks. He thinks that you're not gonna message back. Yeah. So if he does communicate with you, he would love to communicate back. But whether or not he will, I don't know. It doesn't say that. But he would like to. So Giovanna, you back to work or not yet? Yeah, he probably won't because he thinks you're not gonna answer him. He's probably disappointed. He probably thinks you're disappointed in him. Marley's here. Holy shit. Hey Marley, how you doing? Yeah, Bermuda does exist and the Bermuda Triangle does exist, but the Bermuda Triangle is very big. It's from here to Mexico to Florida. It's like that's the triangle. Bermuda, it goes Bermuda to Florida to Mexico, like that. You're back to work? Okay, Joanna, cool. That's good. Yeah, Tanya was talking about you, Marley. I was gonna message you and tell you I was on there, but I remember you saying that you were tired of driving the hour or two and from work, so I didn't want to bother you. I say she's probably sleeping with her mouth wide open, drool coming the side out of her mouth. Probably got one eye open. Yeah, people used to disappear apparently, planes and boats and but the reason why, because I was talking to a fisherman guy one time, and he said the reason why boats disappeared and planes is because there's a certain area where there's a lot of reefs, and when the weather out in the ocean was very foggy at times. So because of the fog and the reefs and the water and the storms that used to come across there, it used to cause planes to crash, and it also used to cause boats to sink because they couldn't see anything because of the thick fog. So then they called it the Bermuda Triangle because they always used to, when they used to get by Bermuda, it was so many reefs and so much bad weather that they couldn't. They have to come across to Bermuda to get to places, and it would cause problems. But in between Bermuda and Mexico and Florida, that big ocean area there, that's where like a lot of bad shit happened. Apparently, back in the day, there's actually a YouTube video from a fisherman here in Bermuda, and he took his boat into that section, and he lost his radio. Like his radio started to act all funky, and it's like an area there that is very sticky where you lose communication and your radio starts to go crazy, and it can mess with the boat's controls and plane's controls. So it does exist like an energy, but see, a lot of people say that around Bermuda, about like 10,000 miles off of Bermuda, there's like the what's the underground pyramid world, Alcatraz or Atlantis or some fucking name like that. They actually found like a whole like underground pyramids and shit underneath the ocean there. Yeah, Atlantis or whatever it's called. Yeah, they found that shit, but they keep it like they don't really say too much about it, but we know that it exists here. And there's a lot of shipwrecks all over the place. People like dive here in Bermuda with like that big headgear and the oxygen thing, and they go all the way down. There's a lot of shit. If you Google Bermuda and all that stuff, you'll see all of that stuff. I've checked it out before, and I believe it because Bermuda has a lot of caves and underground shit, and Bermuda has a lot of things in the ocean. See, Bermuda's like in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and around us, there's a lot of things. A lot of crazy things have happened here. All right, Marilyn, I got your donation. I'll answer your question. Thanks. You said, what's the real reason why? All right, let me check. Yeah, apparently, see, we have a place here called Crystal Caves. If you Google Crystal Caves Bermuda, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this place? If you got time right now, Google Crystal Caves in Bermuda, and you'll be like, what the hell is this place? You'll see. I worked there and built steps to go down to the cave like 20 something years ago. There's two crystal caves now. There's one that got originally found, and the one that I worked at is the new one. And you go down like 100 and something stairs below land. and you go and it's got water and a cave in there. Go Google it. You'll see. You'll be like, what the hell? And I worked there. I built the steps in there with concrete with my boss and some guys. See, we have a lot of psychic energy here, but not a lot of psychics. And there's a lot of powerful crystal energy here. There's a lot of power here in Bermuda, believe it or not. And I'm not just saying that because I live here. I'm saying it because I know. And that place can be very spooky. It's got a lot of energy that can be used for good and bad. I've seen both. When I worked there, I felt very eerie and very weird. All right, Marilyn, let me see. What's the reason why? The reason she didn't invite you to any of these things is because of the man that she's with. So if she's with a man, if the man that she's with, or if she didn't, if she did marry a man, then I would say that this man told her that you can't invite this person, you can't invite that person. I don't think it's fully her fault. I think that her man wanted more of like his family, and he probably like controls her and tells her like what she can and can't do. So I don't think that this person has like a vendetta or like a bad thing against you. I think that she was probably like scared to tell you that my man doesn't want you to come to my bridal shower or my wedding because he controls everything. And she probably didn't want to look like an idiot telling you that. But that's what I got here is she's being controlled by this man. And this man tells her, look, you can't invite just your regular friends. It has to be family. It has to be this. It has to be that. You know, we go on like he's paying for everything too. So he gets to say whatever he wants to. And that's how the cards have come out. It comes out like she doesn't really have anything against you. It's just that he's in control. My dog's snoring in the background. If you hear her snoring, that's her. Sorry. See? No. She's the snoring slay queen of YouTube. So, Marilyn, that's what I get. I get that it's more because of her man. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if you know her man, but if you don't know him, then now you do. It's because of him. He's a dickhead. So, yeah, that's what I get. I don't think it's anything specifically about you. I think he just like probably chose her list. Like, who's Marilyn? Oh, she's a friend. Oh, I don't care. I want family only or cousins. If you're not family or a cousin, that's probably why you didn't get invited. It was a strictly family thing, is what I'm getting. Because I got the Ten of Pentacles at the very end there, which says family only, pertaining to the question. So hopefully that made sense. You're welcome. No problem. I live land of castles, cathedrals, and rain, rain, and more rain. All right. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. Yeah, the Crystal Caves place. I remember working there one night, and we were working there with flashlights trying to finish this job at night. And we had lights all me and my friend, me and my the friend that my me and my coworker and friend, we did like this temporary electrical, and we had to use a generator, and we hooked up all these lights going down the steps all the way to the cave. So I was outside by myself while because everybody one guy has to be on watch and the three other guys have to be downstairs. So I was upstairs making concrete and wiring up the lights at the same time. So the concrete mixer was good. That was cool. And then once I finished that, it took a long time for those guys to come back up. So then I was hooking up the lights and stuff, hooking up the cords and all that shit, because it had to go like over 100 feet down. So I was up there by myself in the dark, and I'm like, and I felt so eerie, so weird. I heard noises and shit, and I was probably like maybe 21, 22 at the time. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I feel like someone's touching me. I feel like shit's around me. Like, and I was like, this place freaks me the fuck out. So, I wasn't scared. It was just I felt weird, like being around that type of cave energy. And I was told that there was a guy that worked at the caves, and he did a lot of dumb shit. He was like a devil worshiper type of guy, and he like sacrificed animals and did all this dumb shit and did like sacrifices and stuff. I've never seen that guy ever again, but I remember like hearing about stories about the guy. And then when I saw him in real life, he actually looked like a real life devil. And I was like, that's the guy right there? I'm like, ugh. He gave me the heebie jeebies, man. That guy, he was fucking weird. But I heard a lot of bad things that happened on in them caves. Hey, Fiona, how you doing? Yeah, Marley, it was eerie. But thank God I never went back there. But a lot of tourists, when they come to Bermuda, they go to the Crystal Caves because they think it's fascinating. And you can actually get a massage at one of the caves. It's called Grotto. I think it's called Grotto. Let me check it out. Right. Okay. Now, if you guys Google, I'm gonna give you the. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put the link inside here so you guys can see it. You guys can be like, hell no, this can't be true. I'm gonna put a link in the chat, and I hope it works. And I want you guys to check this shit out. Click that link. Let me see if it works. Yeah, it works. Click that link and check that out. Tell me that shit's crazy. This is a hotel in Bermuda that's about 10 minutes away from me. And they have an underground cave where they do it's a spa. It's an underground cave spa. And they recently found this place too, like a couple years ago. And they were like doing construction and found this shit, and they made it a place where they can actually work and put electricity in, and now it's a spa. It's a natural cave spa. If that ain't the craziest shit, I don't know what is. But yeah, if you click that link, you'll see what I'm talking about. That's some crazy shit. Yep. My sister's been there. I haven't been there, but my sister has. Yeah. Yeah, Joanna. Like something like that, yeah. But like imagine getting like a massage in that place. It's like bliss, you know? It's crazy as fuck. Yeah, so Bermuda has things like that. We have a lot of caves, a lot of crystal caves. Um, we have limestone crystals here. I have some Bermuda crystals from that cave. I actually have I have crystals from that cave. Not the one I just showed you, but the Crystal Caves one. Yeah. See, now there's a place called Fantasy Caves, and that's the one. That's the if you see the railing and all the concrete and all that, that's what I did. This is the one that I did. I'll send you the link. Every time I look at them damn things, I say that was me. I poured all that fucking concrete. Yeah. So if you click on that link and you see that railing with that concrete blocks on the side and all that concrete they poured right there and all that, I did all of that. And at the bottom right there, at the bottom of that railing where it ends, if you were to walk all the way up, it's like over 100 feet to get to the entrance of the cave. And all those lights in there, I installed those lights with my friend. He was an electrician at the time. We put these bars up there, and this was done like 20 something years ago. I remember pouring all that concrete and walking up and down those fucking steps to get to it. We had to make steps first, and then we had to make the formwork to make it smooth like it is now. So yeah, a lot of bullshit we did. A lot of bullshit work I did back when I was in my 20s. That's why my back's all fucked up now. Years and years of bullshit work. So yeah, that's all the stuff. Yeah, so that's the when I worked at that place that I just showed you, the last link I showed you, there was some crystals on the ground, right? From those stalagmites and stalactites and shit, whatever they're called. And there was like one that broke one day that we were down there, broke and fell on the floor. And then right next to it was like all these crystals and shit. And then even in the water, there was all this stuff, but we would get in trouble if there wasn't no cameras at the time. And I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm taking some of these crystals. I took a shitload of them, and I didn't know what they would do for me in the long run, but they're called limestones, limestone crystals. So it's cool. So yeah, that's one of the places I worked and really had a lot of hard work, but it was worth it. I made a lot of money that summer. I worked overtime, 10 hours a day, sometimes Sundays and everything to get that job finished. And of course, it had to be during summer, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. Otherwise, I enjoyed being there. We had a good time. We had a good laugh. It was fun. Yeah, it's a really cool place. And to be honest, right after I finished that job, I was probably like 22 years old, and that's when my psychic gifts started to get stronger because I was in the power of the presence of crystals and psychic energy. And that's why like I always believe in crystals and things like that that give you, energy and can be powerful for you. And that type of energy is very eerie at times, but it can definitely like upgrade your gifts if you're in that area. Because after the age of 22 and I finished that job, that's when I really wanted to like really tap into my gifts and be more of a reader and a psychic and stuff. So I feel like after I finished there, it kind of gave me like a little power, if that makes sense. Some people be like, "Go shut the fuck up." But that's how I felt when I left. I felt like, and I took some of the crystals with me and bring them home. I still have them. I still have the same crystals that I took from there from 20 something years ago. It's not many of them, but it's like I had a shitload of them, but I gave some away. But I still have a couple around here. I actually drilled a hole through one of the crystals and I tied a string and I made it into a pendulum. It's on one of my lives. It's on a couple of my lives from like 5 years ago. I used to use it on here. I used to use the crystal on here. I gotta find. Actually, I have them. I know where they are, and they're in that. I'll show them to you guys once I get a chance. They're in a box inside that cabinet. They're like yellowish, shiny crystals. They're called limestone crystals. Beautiful. I have a couple of them. They're small though, but I have a couple of them. Even when we dug up like the pool here, we found like a crystal rock here, and I kept that too. So Bermuda's full of crystals, crystal rock and crystal limestone crystals. That's why we have so much like serious energy here. A lot of people are like starting to feel the energy more. But yeah, it's that's the way it is here. It's like it could be like that a lot of places, but here there's it's just natural, you know? Yeah, something like that. I call it limestone crystals, but there is selenite too. There's a little bit of everything. But I'll show it to you once I get it out of the box because I keep them in a box. But I'll show you. I used to have it on my desk here, but I took it all off of here and put it inside this box. I've shown all of that stuff on here before. I showed everybody the crystals and stuff. And then I got the one with the drilled hole in it. Oh, nice, Tanya. I've been on here for like 2.5 hours. My ass is hurting. And I think I've told enough stories for today. And I'm gonna get out of here soon too. It's almost midnight here. But I really enjoyed our conversations tonight. Even though, I go blue in the face telling people shit, but they don't listen. Actually, let me see if I have the crystal in my drawer right here. Hold on a sec. I wonder if I have this thing here. I think I have one in here somewhere. Thought I had one there, but I don't. I have black tourmaline crystals. No. Shit. No, I don't have it here. I think it's in that box, but I have to go and diamonds in the way, so I can't get it. I have a collection of them. I'll show you guys next time I go live. Next time I go live, I'll show you guys. Uh, Lucky, she was here. She was in here early. She's not. She's feeling down a bit. She has some issues, but I talked some sense into her. She should be all right. She was here earlier. I don't know if she's still in here. She might be in the background. Look at this. Look at this thing over here. Look. She's over here huffing and puffing. What's your problem? Huh? Why are you huffing and puffing for what? The AC is on. You're underneath the fan. Why are you huffing and puffing? You act like you're in the heat zone you or something. What's the matter? You okay? You want to go potty? You want to go pee-pees? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Let's go pee-pee. You want to go pee-pees? You want some water? You don't know what the hell you want. Answer me. She's like, man, this fucking guy. He's been here for 2.5 hours. When are you gonna take me outside to pee, damn it? And now she's licking her bed. Look at this. This damn dog. Here she goes. She's getting up now. Here she goes. What's the matter, baby? Huh? You okay? Huh? You want a butt rub? You ready to go outside and go pee pee? All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Starlight said my dog pants like a steam engine when she needs to be. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Take care. Good seeing all of you. I'm gonna take this damn dog outside. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Love you all. Bye.